In the vast African savanna, where the sun blazes like fire over the earth and dust swirls endlessly, life moves to the rhythm of survival. There is no true silence in this scorching land. Every shadow can hide a threat. Every movement can expose a waiting predator. Here, no animal survives without struggle. Beneath this relentless sky, the line between life and death is measured in a single breath. One moment of hesitation can mean losing everything. The savanna forgives no mistakes and offers no second chances. Only those who react with lightning speed can thrive in this unforgiving world. This realm belongs to the great warriors of speed, predators who have made motion their deadliest weapon. Their bodies are built for the chase, their senses tuned to detect the slightest weakness. In seconds, calm erupts into a storm of force and precision, where every stride can decide the fate of two lives. In the African savanna, no ruler lasts forever. Every hunt is a risk, every strike a gamble. And in this brutal yet captivating game, nature reveals one of its greatest truths. Survival is not just about strength, it's about seizing the perfect moment. Across the vast, dry plains of the savanna, Thompson's gazelles, tiny yet fierce warriors, enter the world, equipped with strong limbs and astonishing speed. Their slender bodies weigh just 15 to 35 kilograms, yet they move across the landscape like living projectiles. Long, muscular legs are the product of millions of years of evolution. Speed is their greatest weapon and the key to survival. During the dry season, their light brown coats, marked with distinctive black stripes along the sides, provide camouflage against the parched terrain. But when water becomes scarce and every remaining puddle transforms into a lifeline, camouflage alone is no longer enough. The drought steals not just water, but the very sense of security. Each remaining water hole draws both prey and predator alike. And for Thompson's gazelles, drinking can mean risking their lives. A small herd of around 20 approaches a tiny pond with extreme caution. The leader steps forward first, ears erect, senses alert. while the others remain in formation, ready to flee at the first hint of danger. No matter how careful, approaching water is always a gamble with death. Hidden among the nearby vegetation, a lioness watches silently. The lion, supreme predator of the savanna, may not match the gazelle in speed, but it compensates with strength, patience, and cunning. Lionesses, the primary hunters, move with absolute stealth, avoiding any noise, golden eyes locked on their target. Their power is devastating. A single, perfectly timed leap and a bite strong enough to crush bone can end a life instantly. When a gazelle steps too close to the water, the critical moment arrives. The lioness bursts from the bushes like lightning. The calm shatters with the pounding of hooves and frantic breaths. In seconds, fate hangs on the legs of these tiny warriors. Each gazelle bolts in a different direction, a strategy meant to confuse the predator. This is not just a run, it is a battle of wits. Thompson's gazelles can reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, outpacing even the fastest human on Earth. Beyond sheer speed, they possess incredible agility, capable of making sharp, unpredictable turns that can confound even the most experienced lions. But the lioness has already made her choice, a young calf, not yet able to match the adults in speed. Instinct drives the calf to sprint with all its might, yet the scorching heat saps its strength. Even at 60 kilometers per hour, its best effort is not enough. The lioness closes the gap rapidly. With one precise leap, her claws find their mark, and the gazelle falls. A final bite ends the chase. Time is also a constraint for the lions. They can maintain top speed only for a few seconds before fatigue sets in. A successful hunt is not just about a meal, it is survival. Failure could mean days of hunger under the relentless sun. There are no cries of sorrow in the savannah. The rest of the herd has already scattered, leaving the lioness alone with her prize. Each year, during the Great Migration, hundreds of thousands of wildebeest and tens of thousands of zebras perish from dehydration, exhaustion, or predator attacks. For the lion, it is victory. For the savannah, it is natural law. This is not cruelty. It is the delicate balance where life for some depends on the death of others. Exhausted, the lioness rests after the hunt. In the distance, the silhouettes of Thompson's gazelles continue to move, watch, and learn. There is no time for mourning, only lessons to survive another day. In the savannah, every gazelle runs not only for itself, but for the herd and the hope of a new sunrise. Unlike the small, nimble Thompson's gazelles, wildebeest rely on strength in numbers. They move not in silence or solitude, but as a massive, almost unstoppable force, like an army advancing across the plains. Hundreds, sometimes thousands, march together, their dark eyes fixed on the horizon. Each heavy step thunders across the parched earth, echoing through the vast savannah. The blue wildebeest is one of the largest and most abundant species in this ecosystem. Adults can weigh up to 270 kilograms and stretch over 2 meters in length. Their gray-brown coat, streaked with black, helps them blend into the landscape, though their size also makes them highly visible to predators. Curved, sharp horns are not only weapons of defense, but also tools for establishing social hierarchy within the herd. During the dry season, wildebeest rarely pause. They cross sun-scorched grasslands where the heat shimmers above the earth. Strong legs and durable hooves allow them to cover great distances each day in search of the most precious resource, water. Herd life is not accidental, it is a survival strategy. A lone wildebeest is vulnerable, but thousands together form a living barrier nearly impossible to penetrate. The strongest adults take the outer edges, forming a protective shield, while calves and weaker members stay safely in the center. This collective organization is essential to survive droughts and reduce risk of attack. When danger arises, hundreds of alert eyes respond instantly. Individual sacrifice and constant cooperation reflect one of the harshest laws of nature: no one survives alone. Breaking through a wildebeest herd is no easy feat. Their horns are always ready for defense, and their sheer power can even deter a lion when threatened. Often, wildebeest graze alongside zebras, forming mixed herds that improve predator detection. They also heed warnings from other species, such as baboons, whose alarm calls signal approaching danger. Zebras play a crucial role in the savanna ecosystem. Their exceptional eyesight allows them to spot lions from over 2 kilometers away. When a threat is detected, they sound the alarm, and the herd quickly forms a defensive formation. Despite their vigilance, wildebeest remain frequent targets for lions, hyenas, and African wild dogs. Each predator uses a different hunting strategy. Lions rely on explosive bursts of strength, while hyenas and wild dogs depend on endurance. Chases between wild dogs and wildebeest are common across these arid plains, long pursuits that kick up clouds of dust until exhaustion claims the prey. The hot wind sweeps across the dry savanna, a reminder that even in large numbers, wildebeest are never completely safe from ambush. Spotted hyenas are formidable predators of the savanna, clever, bold, and relentless. They often compete with lions for hunting territory. Their jaws rank among the strongest in the animal kingdom, able to crush bones with ease. Yet, their true power lies not only in strength, but in intelligence and coordinated hunting strategies. Hidden within the dry bushes near a waterhole, a clan watches a herd of wildebeest. The dominant female growls low, baring her teeth. The hyenas hunt not out of cruelty, but necessity. A vulnerable calf represents food and a chance to survive another day in this harsh environment. But today, they've overlooked a crucial rule of the savanna: wildebeest never face danger alone. Suddenly, the hyenas burst from the vegetation. Growls cut through the air, causing immediate confusion in the herd. Adults stampede and form a protective circle around their young. The chase begins. The matriarch locks her gaze on a single target, a struggling calf trying to escape. With weak legs, the young wildebeest sprints with all its might, but the hard, dry ground quickly saps its strength. Other hyenas join the assault, attempting to break through the defensive ring, yet the herd resists. A mature bull, with sharp, curved horns, charges the leading hyena. His bellow echoes across the plains. Instantly, others rally, forcing the predators back. The wildebeest's collective determination and strength cause the hyenas to hesitate. Dust rises thickly into the air, mingling with grunts and bellows in a tense standoff. The battle for survival reaches its peak, and the outcome remains uncertain. Amid the chaos, one truth stands out: strength is not only in the individual, but in unity. This collective spirit is the greatest gift nature has given the wildebeest to protect one another, endure, and perpetuate the cycle of life. In the savannah, every ending is only a new chapter in the endless game of survival. Wildebeest never leave their own behind. In this harsh, unforgiving land, they keep the spark of life alive. And while the savannah is often the stage for violent chases, sometimes it is silence, the tense pause before action, that defines the invisible line between life and death. This majestic herbivore commands attention with its imposing presence. Adult males sport spiraled horns that can stretch up to 1.8 meters, symbols of strength and grandeur. Its gray-brown coat, streaked with fine white stripes along the body, breaks up its outline, allowing it to blend seamlessly with the dry landscape and the shadows of the bushes. At first glance, it seems almost a part of the environment. One of its greatest assets is its hearing. Large ears act as sensitive radar, detecting even the faintest sound, a snapping branch, or the stealthy approach of a predator through dense vegetation. Weighing over 300 kilograms, the kudu remains surprisingly agile, capable of leaping obstacles over 2.5 meters. Speed is not its main weapon. Precision and careful energy management are. Every movement is deliberate, conserving energy while avoiding attention. During the scorching dry season, kudus avoid large water sources and main herds, knowing that these areas attract predators. Instead, they venture into dense thickets shunned by other herbivores. They feed on high leaves and tree shoots, extracting the moisture they need to survive. Their long, flexible necks allow them to reach food beyond the grasp of most other species. On a sweltering afternoon, a greater kudu grazes under the shade of a tree. Calm reigns, but tranquility does not guarantee safety. Hidden among the branches, a leopard watches. With a low, muscular profile and exceptional climbing ability, it is the perfect predator for taking down a kudu. It moves with utmost caution, each step silent, precise, nearly invisible. Suddenly, a faint crack breaks the stillness. The kudu's ears snap upright, swiveling toward the sound. Its dark eyes scan the bushes rapidly. It does not flee immediately. It stands still, assessing. The leopard realizes it has been spotted. The distance remains significant, but action is urgent before the kudu alerts others. In a sudden burst, the leopard lunges from its elevated perch. The kudu reacts instantly with precision, leaping powerfully through the dense vegetation. Though agile, the leopard cannot match the kudu's skill in tight terrain. Not as fast as a Thompson's gazelle, the kudu can still reach speeds of up to 70 km/h in short bursts, zigzagging through bushes and uneven ground to confuse its pursuer. The chase lasts only a few minutes, but it is enough to exhaust the leopard. The kudu has relied on an age-old tactic, using the terrain and vegetation to its advantage. Today, luck is on its side. While its escape rate is lower than that of faster antelopes, the greater kudu thrives in rocky or uneven areas, making open plains its most vulnerable zones. In the savannah, neither speed nor brute strength always guarantees success. Sometimes, silence, patience, and the ability to blend into the surroundings are the most powerful weapons. Nature has granted each species a unique gift. For the greater kudu, this gift is composed of calm, cunning, and the skill to vanish in a world that is as breathtaking as it is unforgiving. As the sun sinks below the horizon, painting the sky in golden hues, the kudu vanishes among the trees, true to its strategy of stealth and discretion. Not far away, a leopard lies motionless on a high branch. Its eyes gleam in the dim light that signals the coming night. After a failed hunt, hunger presses again. During the dry season, prey is scarce, and the leopard is forced to attempt captures it would normally avoid. Night falls, and small creatures scurry to find shelter. Darkness offers protection, not only to this hungry leopard, but to all the savanna's predators. Yet no animal can ignore the pull of thirst or hunger. Cooler temperatures coax many to leave their hiding spots in search of the last green shoots of vegetation. In the distance, a herd of wildebeest rests, while a small group of Thompson's gazelles nibbles on the sparse greenery. For the leopard, it is an opportunity. For the antelopes, another challenge imposed by the harsh, dry season. They are survivors, but also essential pillars of the ecosystem. Antelopes, with their remarkable diversity, are not only among the savanna's most abundant species, but also vital to ecological balance. From the swift Thompson's gazelle to the massive herds of wildebeest and the elusive kudu, all serve as common prey for lions, leopards, and hyenas. Occupying a critical middle position in the food chain, antelopes transform plant energy into sustenance for the apex predators. When an antelope falls, it feeds not only a lion or leopard, but also hyenas and scavenging birds like vultures. Death is never meaningless. It sustains the cycle that keeps life moving. In nature, every loss gives rise to new existence. Yet antelopes do not give in easily. They remain vigilant, relying on collective awareness. At the slightest sign of danger, ears lift and eyes scan the bushes. A nearly imperceptible sound is enough to trigger an alarm. A brief snort echoes, and the herd stops grazing instantly. Guided by instinct, the wildebeest and gazelles move together, away from the threat. In the savannah, survival is never solitary. Life is protected not just by individual strength, but through the unity of the group. Meanwhile, the leopard remains perfectly still, patient, as only an experienced hunter can be. It waits for a single misstep, and then it happens a young antelope, distracted while feeding, strays from the herd. The moment arrives without warning. The leopard glides through the tall grass in near silence. Just meters away, it launches with astonishing speed. In a single bound, the gap disappears. Its claws graze the prey, but an alarm erupts, and the herd scatters in a frantic rush. Survival is not guaranteed for all. During the dry season, every creature is part of a vast, interconnected web of life. Lions, leopards, and hyenas, powerful predators, though they maybe rely on antelopes to survive. At the same time, antelopes need these hunters. Predators control herbivore numbers, preventing overgrazing and maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Without them, the vegetation would collapse, threatening the very habitat the antelopes call home. This is the law of the savannah. Each species plays a role that cannot be replaced. Night descends slowly, yet life continues. The distant roar of a lion shatters the stillness, and predator shadows slide silently through the darkness. The savannah is not just a battleground. It is a living example of interdependence. Amid this delicate balance, antelopes, seemingly fragile, yet incredibly resilient, carry on, shaping their story with every passing day. Across the endless rolling grasslands, a unique figure commands attention: the ostrich, a king who rules without flight. This colossal bird of the African plains never takes to the sky, yet it finds freedom at ground level, powered by the sheer strength and speed of its long legs. In these arid lands, nothing rivals its stride. Here, true power springs directly from the earth. When the ostrich bursts into a run, each powerful stride shakes the ground, sending clouds of dust swirling beneath the sun. Reaching speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour, it outruns even the summer winds, a living symbol of strength and motion across the savanna. Its small wings may not lift it into the air, but they serve a critical purpose: balance. As it changes direction, they spread like sails, guiding its body with elegance and control amidst speed, endurance, and freedom. As it roams constantly, the ostrich disperses seeds across the plains, nurturing new life and sustaining the fertility of the land. Even during the dry season, when rivers shrink to mere sand cracks, it continues forward, demonstrating remarkable resilience. When night falls, the wind whistles through the grass as a warning. Predators awaken and stalk, but the ostrich does not hesitate. Just a few powerful strides are enough to vanish into darkness and dust, leaving only the echo of wind and a fleeting trace of its speed. Without claws or wings to lift it skyward, the ostrich relies entirely on its legs. They are a testament to evolution. True strength lies not in weapons, but in perfect adaptation to a world as imposing as it is unforgiving. As the sun slowly rises on the horizon, golden rays pierce the dew-covered grass, waking the savanna from a silent night. Darkness recedes, and life returns with bird songs, rustling grass, and the steady passage of this giant. Under the relentless midday sun, the heat shimmers over the savanna. In a rare moment of calm, the ostrich feeds, unaware that a cheetah crouches in the tall grass, poised to unleash the fastest storm of the plains. Suddenly, calm turns to chaos. The cheetah springs like lightning, and the ostrich bolts instantly. Legs slice through the scorching air as the two fastest creatures on the planet engage in a tense duel of instinct, pride, and survival. The ostrich's heartbeat syncs with the whistle of the wind, each stride kicking up dust beneath the unforgiving sun. It twists, spreads its wings slightly, fighting for escape. Yet in the savannah, fortune is fleeting, only the strongest prevail. Eventually, the chase ends, and silence settles over the grasslands once more. Sunlight filters through the blades of grass, illuminating the spot where nature has delivered its verdict, harsh, yet impartial. The cheetah approaches to complete its role. A gentle breeze erases the tracks in the dust. There is no tragedy here, only the eternal rhythm of life. The ostrich falls, but life continues, steady as the heartbeat of the earth. When the predator retreats, the scavengers arrive: hyenas, vultures, and even armies of ants. They recycle what remains, returning its energy to the soil. In the savannah, nothing is wasted, everything transforms. From the parched earth, green sprouts emerge under the sun, marking the start of a new cycle where every ending becomes a rebirth. And so, life continues to write its story. As the first herd of wildebeest reaches the banks of the Mara River, tension hangs thick in the air. The herd pauses, dozens of dark eyes fix on the murky water. Fear is shared by all. Beneath that seemingly calm surface lurk the Nile crocodiles, Africa's largest predators and true masters of this domain. Silent shadows glide slowly beneath the water, nearly motionless yet brimming with lethal strength. These crocodiles can exceed 5 meters in length and weigh close to 700 kilograms. Their massive jaws can crush bone in an instant, while rows of curved, razor-sharp teeth hold their prey until it can no longer resist. But raw power is not the crocodile's only weapon. Its deadliest skill is patience. A master ambusher, it can lie in wait for weeks without feeding. One successful wildebeest is enough to sustain it for days. Floating just beneath the surface, with only eyes and nostrils visible, it waits for the perfect moment to strike. Across the river lies the promise of life, green grasslands, abundant water, and enough food to sustain the herd for months. Yet doubt grips the wildebeest at the edge. They scan the water carefully, aware of the danger below, but they have no choice. Staying means dying of thirst or hunger. Moving forward is the only option. In the savannah, nothing comes without a cost. Every step demands courage, and sometimes the sacrifice of a few ensures the survival of many. The leader finally moves, at first cautiously, but there is no turning back. As it enters the water, the ripple spreads like an inevitable signal. The rest follow immediately, plunging en masse into the river. Chaos erupts. Water splashes violently, bellows fill the air, and the current sweeps away the smallest. The symphony of life and death has begun. Crocodiles, who have waited months for this moment, spring into action. They remain still until they detect weakness, then strike with explosive speed, seizing individuals isolated or overpowered by the current. When a crocodile seizes its prey, the river turns crimson. Panic spreads instantly. The wildebeest try to dodge the attack while pushing forward. Crocodiles need no second chance. A single grip is enough to extinguish all hope. The prey struggles, kicks, and fights, but it's futile. With its catch secured, the predator submerges into the depths, leaving no trace behind. The water surface calms again, though only briefly. Other crocodiles, drawn by the commotion, glide closer, ready to strike. Still, the migration cannot pause. The herd presses onward, never looking back. In this crossing, hesitation is a luxury no one can afford. The wildebeest's greatest advantage is their numbers. Thousands move through the river nearly simultaneously. The chaos of rushing water and the sheer crowd make it difficult for the crocodiles to catch them all. Some unlucky individuals fall victim to the jaws of death, but the majority reach the far bank safely. The weakest and many calves, however, cannot withstand the current and are left behind. Such is the way of nature, impartial, relentless, and eternal. Life marches on, sustained by the sacrifice of a few. Under the scorching sun and amid swirling dust, every creature faces choices with no room for mistakes. Survival depends on moving at the precise moment, reacting before danger strikes, and understanding a world that offers no second chances. This is a realm ruled by the wild, a kingdom of silent, swift warriors where the fastest hunters seize the moment, but never hold power forever. Every chase showcases bodies perfected for speed, while each failure serves as a reminder that even the deadliest predators are bound by nature's unyielding laws. The African savanna conceals its secrets in every shadow and in footprints erased by the wind, a land as breathtaking as it is brutal, where the struggle to live sets the eternal rhythm of life.